It's been a minute since we've done one of these.
I don't know what it keeps
That-
switching back and forth. I'm in chipmunk mode again, aren't I?
Yep. Yep.
This keeps changing.
One of these days,
One.
we're just going to let you roll with it. Be hilarious.
I got one that I was editing yesterday while I've been sitting on the couch for days. Took advantage of the time, and there's one like the good 10 minutes of it. My voice was extremely high pitched. I'm like, hey guys, welcome into the Texas to Tennessee podcast. I'm like, son of a bitch.
There was
I did that the other day. I'm setting up my home studio, plugged in a microphone. I recorded half a song. It was in chipmunk mode.
Nice.
It sounded it sounded like Alvin and the Chipmunks, man.
But see, that's what you post, and then people would absolutely go nuts over it.
Yeah, I want to hear the real version.
It's it's a little embarrassing, but yeah.
I don't really care on my end. It's that I'm posting this supposedly somewhat not serious, but this thing where we're trying to help an artist, and then and he's all fine, and he's probably thinking, "What the hell is this?" Especially because it's somebody that I don't really know. If it was somebody I knew, it would be absolutely hilarious. But he's probably like, "What's going on with this guy?" This dude.
Yeah, you had that happen one time when you were so low, and I had to hit you in the
He texted me in like 10 minutes in, and like son of a.
Yeah, and the dude was cool. Like he kept us cool though. He was pro the whole time. I was like, man, I would lose it.
He's probably like, man, this guy.
Well,
what made this guy with this voice want a podcast?
Yeah, I honestly think he didn't realize it was a thing. Like he just thought you had that voice.
Exactly.
Oh.
That's what
Which
makes
made
it
even funnier.
That's what makes it more embarrassing. Like if it was somebody I knew, I'd just go with it,
Yep.
Yeah.
But
all right, I think we're still rolling. So we'll have to edit that first part out.
Well, here we go.
It was Texas, it was Tennessee. It was what I had coming to me.
Howdy, folks. Welcome in. Welcome in.
I did it again.
I think the song was doing it as well.
No. Son of a... Hang on.
I'm going to switch adapters.
I got a nasty reverb, too.
You would love your voice hearing it on my end. You're like, hello, ladies. Your voices. All right, TikTok. We'll see y'all later.
We're a little out of practice, but I promise it's going to get better.
Man, I'm totally fine with that.
Okay.
You got to have an adapter for this and an adapter for that, and we'll try a different one.
Yep, got all the dongles.
All kind of
to use for this one. Oh, no.
You're high again.
I can tell by your eyes, like where. Right.
I think you're better now.
Yeah, I just unplugged it.
Yeah, well, that was good. Good gravy.
All right. One of these days, it might just be easier just to use the phone.
I tried that. It's not great.
All right. Well, I just don't know how long it's going to work. The problem. So, either way, we'll roll with it. I'll deal with it on my end.
Okay.
If your voice changes, I know. Unplug it and plug it back in.
I'll do one of these.
Like I said, when your voice, I'm going to record it one day, screen record it so you can hear your voice.
Awesome.
It's like Chef from South Park.
Oh, nice. I'd take that.
Oh.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I think you would actually like it.
Some meatballs.
Exactly.
I saw a chef hat the other day. I almost bought it. I didn't know.
All right, we'll try take 2.
All right, take number 4. That sounds better.
We take a couple weeks off and everything falls apart,
Turns to shit.
including us.
It was Texas, it was Tennessee. It was what I had coming to me.
Howdy, folks. Welcome in. You have arrived at the Texas to Tennessee podcast. My name's Steve. Up top, that's Dr. Gravy.
Howdy.
Understand you've been feeling under the weather.
Yep, we're doing a whole lot better. Thanks
Okay,
for
good.
folks that have been asking.
Yes. All right. Well, we're glad that you're doing better. Tonight, folks, we have a special treat for you. Evan Boyer has jumped in to join us. Welcome in, Evan. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me, y'all. How you doing? How you feeling? Feeling better?
Oh yeah, doing better. Back to
good.
well, as good as reality can feel.
Yeah. I feel that.
Alrighty. Let's see here, folks. If you have joined us over on YouTube, we appreciate it. That is our preferred spot for the chat. We'll try to monitor it all, but if you're somewhere else, thank you for joining as well. Go subscribe on YouTube or wherever you steal music or podcast. We would appreciate that. Evan, I want to get to know a little bit more about you. So could you maybe take a couple minutes and give us a little bit of your backstory?
Yeah, my backstory. I live here in the Dallas area now. But I was born in North Carolina. Lived there for a very short amount of time. I was adopted. Grew up in the Northeast in a small town on the border of Massachusetts and Connecticut called Somers, Connecticut. And spent some time there. That's kind of that's where I was born and raised. That's where I was raised, at least. And decided, when I was 14, got into music, played in punk rock bands, metal bands, all the good stuff. And moved down to Texas, down to 2009. So been here for a little bit now.
Perfect. All right. Well, first off, congrats on the backdrop. That is the best backdrop we've ever had on the show. So.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. The reason I have this backdrop right now is because I couldn't be inside because I have a 5 and 3-year-old taking up the house. So I was like, there's no way they're going to be quiet. I'm just going to go outside.
It's super impressive. Also, the fact that your Wi-Fi works on the porch.
I know.
What's that like?
I tested it. I got the TV working and everything.
Yeah,
I was
nice.
like, I'd never get this stuff working. This is amazing.
Well, good news. Soul Gravy and I are on our way over. So
yeah,
excellent. Come on over. I got some beers for you.
Appreciate it. All right. Well, thank you for the introduction, Soul Gravy. I think you heard the secret there tonight. Why Are They Famous edition is Somers, Connecticut. Somers, Connecticut is in, I think, the northern part of Connecticut. Is that right? Northern-ish?
Yeah.
All right, northern Connecticut.
Yeah.
About an hour and a half from Boston. About 2.5, 3 hours from New York. I'm guessing New York City.
Yep.
Great spot to be. We are going to expose Soul Gravy's knowledge of famous people from Somers, Connecticut. So here we go.
This should be interesting.
Yeah.
All right. First off, this gentleman was born in 1911. His name is George Abbey. We're going to go alphabetically. Abbe.
That will not help, but okay. All right. I'm not familiar with George's work.
Well-known poet, winner of the Shelley Memorial Award. Shout out to George.
Gotcha.
S. Presley Blake.
Ooh, yeah.
Would you like to phone a friend?
Are you actually familiar with him? Evan?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well,
You can phone a friend.
yeah. That's part of the fun of the bit. I mean, his favorite part is making fun of me, but the other part is actually if the people are, if you know somebody. So, yeah, let's hear it.
Yeah. So up in the Northeast, there's this restaurant slash. It's kind of like a Brahms. It's called Friendly's. Has great ice cream. I was always a big kid, so I would always be, after high school, that's where you hang out, Friendly's. And he's the one that I believe founded Friendly's.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Shout out to the big kids. Love ice cream. So one out of two, Soul Gravy. That's better than I thought. William O. Collins. This was the one I thought maybe you might get, but it's a little bit difficult.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with William. I don't think.
A Civil War general.
Oh yeah.
Also, he was the Attorney General. So this would have been the 1800s. So I don't know how close you were paying attention in civics class, but
what class?
Civics.
And don't feel bad. It's a town of like 6,000. I mean, when I grew up there was like 5,000 people there.
Hey, we're on episode like 150. I don't feel bad about much anymore.
Okay.
Well, we did have, for those of you, I don't know what episode it was, but it was probably around episode 100. We were lucky enough to have Mickey Braun on, and he came from a town of 62, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but Carole King lived there, and shout out to her.
Oh.
So,
well, she lived there. She wasn't
from there, right?
Yeah. So he had to widen the rules on.
I did a little bit.
Yeah.
Still counts.
Here to help.
If it's in the Wikipedia page, I feel like it counts.
Well, it also opened a pretty cool story with Mickey about Carole King.
It did. It did. There was some benefit.
Yep.
Christopher Houlihan.
Oh.
Got familiar.
No.
Uh-oh.
Would you like to phone a friend?
He plays piano, I believe.
Yeah, organ, piano.
Organ. Yeah, that's what I meant.
I don't know much more about Christopher, but do we know who he plays with, or does he?
I think he's just like
soloist.
A world-renowned kind of organist.
Yeah.
And plays everywhere. One of those. Ooh, we have him in, and he. Nice. I did this like it was easy.
Yeah, that's how we all play.
Do it like it's like that kind of organ.
I've seen Tim play the piano. I know how it works.
Yeah, that's about it.
Right. All right.
Yeah.
Claire Labine, Labine.
Nah, I don't think I'm familiar with. Yeah,
Claire's work. She's a writer and a producer. That's as far as I went. Gene Pitney. Got a chance on this one.
Mo Pitney's grandfather.
That's a good guess.
No.
Dude, Gene Pitney, he's a big deal in music.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, he was backstage when the Beatles played Ed Sullivan. He was very close to the Beatles. He's had his own hits.
That's right. Okay. I do remember.
Yeah, Gene Pitney. Yeah, he lived right down the street from me, actually.
Wasn't
wow.
he like a young star as well?
Yeah, he was a young star as well. Yeah.
He's a member of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Also, I think he did the Who Shot Liberty Valance, that song.
Okay.
But I don't know if anybody remembers that. Probably nobody here remembers that TV or movie. But anyway, whatever. That was Gene Pitney. William Strong.
I don't think I'm familiar.
Your 1800s judicial knowledge is not helping.
No.
He was a rep from a congressman from Pennsylvania, but also Associate Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States. Was born in Somers. Yeah. Lauren Waldo.
No, I don't think I'm familiar.
I feel like
is the last name.
Well, I feel like there's an opportunity for a "Where's Waldo" joke.
Yeah, exactly. But I was trying to. Well, fine then. I was trying to be respectful, but
did you? Did you find it?
Well, Lauren Waldo was a
Is that connected to?
congresswoman, man, I don't know, congressperson.
Okay.
So shout out to Lauren.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm guessing from the years it's a dude, but I don't know. Sorry, Waldo family. And then Hannah Soar. This one you might have a chance at.
No, I don't think so.
She's an American freestyle skier.
Oh.
I'm not very up on my Olympic sports
Skiing.
either.
Yeah, that's understandable. Well, pretty good showing from Summers.
to
I think we're
watch.
going to give you 2 there, Soul Gravy.
There's one. Can I give you one more?
Yes, please do.
And they probably removed it from the Wikipedia page.
Oh, okay.
But it was Little Sorrel was the name of Stonewall Jackson's horse, and the horse is from the town I grew up in.
Oh, I love Stonewall Jackson jokes. So well done. Thank you.
The horse was from Somers, Connecticut.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Well, the pictures I saw were beautiful of Summers. I wasn't familiar until today, so thank you for sharing that with me.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous place to grow up. It's beautiful there from about late April until October, and then it gets very dark and gray and chilly.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad you made it to Texas.
Me too.
Evan, we are going to ask the dreaded pie question. So I'll give a little bit of background. Soul Gravy hates it when I ask this question, but it helps me kind of set where you sit musically. We're going to divide the music business up into 4 different slices of pie.
Okay.
We have songwriting, 1 slice, performance, another slice, recording, 3rd slice, and then the 4th slice is everything that doesn't fall into one of those first 3 categories. So if you think about doing podcasts and social media and booking and whatever else that falls into your daily plate that's not one of those first 3 things. So where do you naturally gravitate to? Which of those areas do you feel like, hey, this is my sweet spot?
Well, it started with songwriting, okay? Because that's just where that's like you said, I gravitated towards writing songs. And then naturally the next thing I want to do is perform those songs, right? So if you would have asked me this when I first started, I would have said songwriting, not even a question.
100%, yeah.
And it's kind of gravitated towards, depending on my mood, either songwriting or performance, because I really love that performance aspect. I love connecting with the audience. And that's something over the past 5 years I've really, really grown to love. Especially those listening rooms where the audience is from me 15 feet away and they're total silence. They're listening to every word you're saying, even in between the songs. And that is hands down my favorite part of the business at this point. Like, I mean, I enjoy the promotion aspect sometimes. Like, I love podcast. I love doing this stuff. But really it's the songwriting and just the performing. Because when I'm also performing, sometimes if it's not the listening room, I'm up there with my full band, and everybody in my band, I have no shame in saying they are far more musically talented than I am, and they're incredible, and it's a privilege to be able to work with them. And I'll look over at my guitarist Tyler, and I'll just go, "Cook, brother," and he'll just go off on a solo for 2 minutes, and I'm just up there. At that point, I'm a spectator, right, and I'm just hitting my 4 notes, and I'm just listening. I'm like, this is incredible. Oh, wait, I'm kind of part of this. Whoa, okay. So not to like cheese out on the answer, but it's kind of 50-50, and it depends on the day. I would say this week, it's been all songwriting. Right. I've been really hitting it hard. It's just been clicking sometimes. Sometimes it just clicks for you.
Yep.
So I've been in a big songwriting mode. But it could be more I mean, I guess I'm leaning more performance at this point.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting how that's kind of evolved a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that doesn't happen with everybody.
It completely evolved, and I'm lucky that it evolved, but I still enjoy both aspects. Like
Sure.
I love the songwriting aspect, especially when you find one and you're like, oh, that's good. That's like a drug to me. And the same thing with playing, I mentioned doing smaller shows, but I was in Amarillo at their minor league ballpark. I played to 8,000 people, and I got off their stage on the field, fireworks are going off, and I'm like, how is this my life? What is going on? And it was just like that I carried that high for days, man.
Yeah.
So I would have a very hard time if you made me pick one. I don't think I could pick songwriting or performance.
Do you think it's evolved because you're more comfortable?
Yeah, I've found my voice, especially the in between songs. I like talking to the audience, and it's funny because I got sober a year and a half ago, and I was very reliant on whiskey to kind of loosen me up, be able to talk to the crowd a little easier. And I quit booze. And man, for like 8 months, I was like a statue in between songs. I could sing the songs, but I was like, okay, thank you all for. It was just, it wasn't. It just took time for me to find myself again and how to interact with the audience. And I did. I finally did, and I did it in my own way, which I love, and I do it better now than I ever did when I was drinking. And it's just it's special. It's a very special place to be up there interacting with the audience.
Yeah, continue on, Steve. I didn't.
No, I appreciate it. That was a great follow up.
That's what I do.
This is a little cliche, and I know it gets asked a lot, but I do think it's important. On the songwriting side, everybody has a little bit of a unique process. Is there anything about your process that might be a little bit different than other folks?
Man, I don't know if it's different than other folks. My process is I try to write in a routine. Okay, meaning I send my kids off to school, or I drop them off at school, depending on the day. I come home, I force myself to write for about an hour, whether it's good or it's total dog turds. And there's a lot of day where it's dog turds, but I wrote something. I exercised that muscle. And a lot of times, even if I come up with one line, that is a productive session to me. And I can build off that tomorrow if I'm feeling it, or I could build off later in the day, or I can keep going with it. But my whole thing is I have to write almost every day, or it becomes, I just fall out of practice.
Yeah, makes sense.
And the way I write is I typically, I don't fancy myself a very good guitarist. Like I hold my own acoustically, okay? But I'm lyric first as far as my music goes. I'm lyric first because that's just what I, even as a listener, that's kind of what I gravitate towards. I listen to the lyrics, I listen to the story. Right. And that's probably why I like Americana music, why I like country music, just because it usually, you feel ingrained in that story, and you feel like you're part. If the writer is doing their job, you feel like you're part of that song, or you can relate to it in some way. And that's why I'm lyric first. Hopefully hopefully some of my songs can touch some people that way too.
Absolutely. another kind of worn out question, but who would be some of the lyricists that you maybe kind of initially found in the scene, that you go, okay, yeah, that's kind of what I want to be doing, or that's the flow that I'm kind of looking for?
Well, the biggest one for me is Jason Isbell. I
Okay.
think he's just the best at it. He's literally in my for my dollar, he is the best songwriter of my generation, personally.
Yeah.
And recently, I really got into Steven Wilson Jr.
Sure.
He is just this like he has this different way with words that I would love to write like him, but I can't. It's his style.
Sure.
It's
Yeah.
one of those like I could write a song like a Jason Isbell-ish kind of thing. That's more my style.
Right.
I respect the hell out of Steven Wilson Jr., but I can't even get close to what he does. What he does is so cool and so unique, and the way he crafts his songs are just, he brings back words, he has callbacks that are just like, oh, whoa, that just hit me like a ton of bricks. Okay, let's keep going.
Yeah.
So those two right now are really and other like Flatland. I love their writing. And one band that it's a kind of a callback, and it's not really even in our genre, but the Wallflowers.
Yeah.
Bringing Down the Horse was an extremely influential album for me. And I didn't even, I meant to, I was younger, and I asked my mom to get me Dishwalla was the actual band, and she went and got me the Wallflowers. I'm like, who's this?
Close
so
enough.
I listened to it, close enough, and I'm like, oh, this is like
It's pretty good.
really good.
Yeah,
It was like T-Bone Burnett, and like okay, okay, good job, Mom.
Dishwalla was counting blue cars, what was the name?
I think so.
They had one of those.
Yeah,
No
they
disrespect
definitely
Dishwalla, but they had the one-hit wonder sort of thing.
they definitely had the one-hit wonder, and exactly. I probably ended up getting their CD too, but no, I ended up with Wallflowers, and that's a good that was a good happy accident.
Are you, Evan, when it comes to writing, are you more of a solo kind of keep this to myself, or do you feel comfortable writing with others, or kind of somewhere in between?
I'm somewhere in between. I've always started writing alone, just trying my own, and then Tim Lightyear he does all of these co-writes, and he kind of inspired me to do more of those. And I'm like, how do you do it? You just ask a songwriter, and sometimes it clicks and sometimes it doesn't. And the other day I had a co-write with, I don't know if you guys know Mitchell Ferguson.
Sure.
I had a co-write with Mitchell, and then we wrote this banger together, and it was kind of magic. And he was just like, this is all. I'm like, this is incredible. Let's do this again. So it could be really fun to write with. I've discovered that it can be fun to write with other people. It's just where I have to work at it is opening up to that person.
Yep.
Not writing because I don't really write very surface level stuff. I have to get deep down. And to do that with someone else, you kind of have to trust them.
Sure.
This is just my situation.
That's normal. Yeah.
It's just you kind of have to have some kind of rapport, or just understand their music too. Going in, I'll use Tim as an example. I know Tim's music back and forth, so I know what kind of stuff he writes, how he writes, like where he kind of goes. So that's another important aspect of it. But I've started doing more co-writes now. I'm going to I'll be in Nashville in 2 weeks for Americana Fest. I'll be performing, so I'm going to be setting up. I've got some co-writes up there when I'm up there, so I'm excited about that because I don't typically get to write with those guys because I'm down here in Texas.
Yeah, makes sense. What do you know the date and the location for Americana Fest? Sorry to put you on the spot, but
no, it's going to be. I'm glad I wrote it down beforehand. September 12th, 8:30 at Baseline Brewery in Nashville.
Nice.
I'll be doing. I believe it's a song swap. I don't know with who.
Okay.
But the promotion that put it together does a lot of cool stuff. They just did they're very reputable, so they put on a lot of good shows. So
Nice.
I'm really excited about it.
September 12th, folks, if you're near Nashville, go hang out with Evan.
Yeah, Baseline Brewery. Sounds like they have great beer or a bassist open to brewery.
Or grooves.
Yeah.
The bass player's like, I'm going to get my attention one way or the other. So one of the cool things about people, people watching this thing in real time on YouTube is, we can see the comments and the questions, which is always nice. And one of the questions was, have you ever written a song that you thought was not too good, but then maybe with a little time or tossing it to some friends ended up being better than you thought?
Yeah, that happened. Yes, that's a really good question. Because sometimes when you write a song, you're like, oh, that's a banger. That you got it right there. Other times there's one where I kind of did I felt like I phoned in the chorus. And I was like, it's got a pretty good verse 1, verse 2. The chorus, I just kind of like filled it in with like some woes and oohs and whatever. And it's okay. So this is actually the one I wrote with Mitchell. I brought it to Mitchell and I'm like, I think this part's strong, but my chorus sucks. And he's like, dude, don't change anything about that chorus. That thing is a banger. Stick with it. And then I played it for my wife and she said the same thing. So it kind of like, yeah, sometimes you write something that you don't realize that you think is, not very good. And it ends up being something that I'm going to be recording soon. So yeah, that happens more often than not. And that's a good question / comment because it really makes you kind of have to go and revisit the stuff that you've written that you haven't really liked because there could be something in there. And sometimes you don't write a good song. That a lot of them, that's the case. But sometimes maybe there's just a chorus in there. Like maybe let me take that and rewrite something with that that can really develop into something. And that's something I have to be better about. To be totally candid,
because you're taking it too serious.
Yeah, I'm taking it totally too serious. I rarely write a fun if I like. That's just not my thing.
I understand. I mean, I'm not much of a songwriter, but if I ever do try to write something, I'm not thinking that way. I'm thinking, the worst or the love song or something serious, So
yeah,
when in all reality it would be so much easier just to write a something catchy and goofy,
Yes.
I mean, because you mentioned Dishwalla. I mean, half of our songs of our youth were some crazy shit that was out on the radio,
Yes.
I mean, and it was great, but it was still not serious.
No, it was not serious at all, and I loved it. Are you kidding me? One of my favorite. I was in 9th grade. One of my favorite bands was Blink-182. You think they have any serious? They have like one serious song. Otherwise, it's all about,
Whatever.
skipping whatever. Like, and I loved it. I loved it. It made me learn music.
And still
So there's something to it. So yeah, I should go back. I should go back and revisit some of the stuff that I think is not good, and maybe there's some gems in there.
Well, seems like a good transition, Steve, into something that is good that is coming out this Friday, right?
Less than just a hair over 24 hours.
Yeah,
11
man.
o'clock, 11 o'clock tomorrow night on Thursday. You can listen to the brand new song. Tell us about it.
The song's called Breakthrough. I went down into the studio in Fredericksburg with Tim Lightyear and Taylor Tash, and I went in there with 4 or 5 songs that I wanted to record, 4 or 5 very different types of songs. I released a song about 2 months ago from these recording sessions called Old Man, and it was literally me, Tim on piano, and a fiddle player, and that was it. That's all that song called for. I loved it. I released it. I'm super proud of it. Now, this song, very different from that. This is more of an Americana rocking song. It's got the full band. It's got some Mando in it. It's kind of me looking back and when I was before I got sober, and just making some terrible decisions and barely keeping my life together, barely being able to make that downbeat, and just kind of reflecting on that. And that's basically what the song's about.
Sounds good. And that's coming out this Friday, right?
That'll come out this Friday. That's correct.
Yep. Thursday midnight. So, all right, here we go. As Breakthrough.
And, Evan, we'll have you silence your mic if you can.
Okay.
Thanks, man.
Go.
Yep.
Holding it together with twine and hope. Gonna drink through my supplies. Waiting out the storm, baby, I don't know. It could fall apart anytime. Concrete bed on the street light glow. Drank enough to think it's fine. I'm sorry I missed your calls. I lost my phone. I lost my mind. It's breaking me, it's breaking you. Will I break down before I break through? You're the only one who'll ever know, and the only place I want
All right.
There we go. Folks, that's a official world premiere, I believe.
Yeah.
Don't tell me if it isn't, but felt like it.
It is. No, it totally is world premiere.
All right.
Yes, it is.
This is the kind of bustling content that we bring. So shout out. Great job. I look forward to everybody. You know what you can do? You can, if you want to make sure this is in your queue on Friday morning when you wake up, you can go hit the old pre-save button. It's free.
Pre-save, yeah. Pre-save is in my it's in my link in the bio. And if you don't even want to pre-save, just go to my Spotify and follow me. It'll come up on your release radar.
Even better. Yep.
It's just it means a lot to me because those are the people that get to hear, because there's even more new music coming. And that's the easiest way, because sometimes I even forget to set up the pre-save. So
these things happen.
Well, yeah.
Speaking of new additional music, do we have any kind of general timeline for that, or?
Yeah, so I'll release this September 5th, and then we'll release another song called "The Promise" sometime mid-October, because it's kind of it's another like thematic kind of callback to "The Devil in Me" type of song.
Nice.
I think I played it for you, buddy, and so that'll come out sometime in October, and then I have another one that'll release sometime in November.
Okay.
And then I'm not releasing anything in December because I'm not doing any Christmas music.
Yeah, no, it's not for everybody.
It's not for everybody.
No. But folks, plenty of good reasons to just go follow Evan. It's been fun to watch that side of your business grow. And super excited about that. So I actually have some additional questions, 3 that I need to get through before we get to rapid fire Soul Groovy. I'm sure you have some as well. So first off,
I was just going to say on that song,
maybe not.
I can no question, just a comment or whatever on your song Breakthrough. Definitely can hear the Isbell music, like the flying. I was like the whole time I'm trying, and the gerbil is moving extra slow today, so I'm trying to think of what song, and I was like, I know you're not copying anything, but what it reminded me of, I think it was Flying Over Water.
Yeah, man.
It's just the breaks.
Yeah. Like the hit, the diamonds.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Super cool.
I totally hear that. Totally.
Good to hear, Soul Gravy.
That's all. Continue on. I just want to say that before we got too far away from it, because then it wouldn't make sense to just blurt that out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everyone would think the Tourette's is.
What's he talking about?
Exactly.
All right. So first off, I don't think we talked about this in your intro, but you have a little bit of a unique media background. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. Yeah. I like when I was 14, 15, 16, I started getting to music, started finding my love of music. I was in a band 17, 18. Around that time, I was kind of figuring out what can I do to make a living in music. And sorry, my neighbor's dogs are going nuts right now. But it was I got into radio. And I was on a morning show for years. And then one day they needed someone to voice a commercial. So I did that. I started doing that more often. I got an agent, and I started doing voiceovers nationally for anyone from Jeep to NBC to McDonald's to basically if you watch TV anywhere from 2005 to 2015 or whatever, you've heard my voice on the TV. It would be like stupid stuff like tonight on an all new NBC Monday. I would have to say that.
We need a promo.
Yeah, we definitely need a promo.
Yeah, I could
And I know
definitely.
you
He would
probably
be
don't
he
want
would
to
be
do
jealous of my Soul Gravy Radio promos. Let's just tell you
Right.
there.
Expect a steady stream of requests in your email box there, Evan. So,
And I will happily do it.
man, we appreciate it.
Happily do it for
And
you.
they would definitely not be serious. Just saying.
Yeah,
What,
I'll say anything, man. I've gotten some weird requests, especially for outgoing voicemails I've had to do.
oh,
So
wow. Yeah, that's great.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, I'm just, I guess, curious. What was your perception? I almost feel like maybe your perception of what the music business was different because of your background in terms of
Completely.
that work. Yeah. Can you
Completely.
expand on that a little bit?
Yeah, because when I worked in radio, I worked for a major conglomerate. It wasn't a small mom and pop. So I would have the artist rep would take in the artist. We would do an interview. It would be I interviewed, Taylor Swift. She would come in. This was before she was like world, but still, Taylor would come in. It would be like, oh, this is awesome, best friends. This is great. They would leave. The next day, we'd do the same thing. I'm like, oh, so they basically just have a handler, and I didn't. What I didn't see was all the work that went up to that point, right?
Sure.
So I couldn't appreciate it as nearly as much as I do now. And it's interesting. I mean, I say that, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, wow, that was the amount of work that someone must have put in to get to that point, to just go on radio tours,
Yes.
to not around just Texas, around the U.S. Is they had been at it for a while.
Right.
And something I didn't know at that point.
Meaning the artist or the
The
representation?
Artist.
Okay,
The
gotcha.
artist completely, because the artist, because you do a lot to get on a podcast, man. It's promotion. It's good stuff for you, and it's not like I don't have a PR person, and all of those artists that eventually had PR persons, they didn't to start with.
Right.
So you don't just flick a switch. And I guess I was just totally naive to that point. I'm like, oh, talented, discovered, and then got a deal. Maybe that happens, but that doesn't happen very often.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say shout out to your handler, but anyway, they were great.
They're in elementary school and getting ready for bed.
Right. Sure. Speaking of promotion, we have an opportunity. We don't get to do this very often. Could you tell us a little bit about the Willie Bus?
Oh, the Willie Bus. Yeah. So I was last year, I had my album release, and that album, the place that we did it at, it's called Sundown at Granada. They didn't have a green room, and it's kind of half bar, half venue. And I had just recently gotten sober, and I told my wife, I'm like, can we get like a bus to come in to be because it's my release party. I don't want to sit in a bar all day. Let's make it a special event. So I did a little research. There's only one company in Dallas, Fort Worth that has tour buses, and they're all out on the road except for one. We have Willie Nelson's old bus. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds just about perfect for me.
Oh.
So I leased it out. It was an amazing experience. I kept in contact with the owner, and we were talking. I'm like, man, I hope to get to the point where I get a bus one day, He was like, we can get one now. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I'll sell you the Willie Bus for a deal, because we had started a rapport where,
Right.
we became friends, and he gave me a price. I went to my friend who's my business partner now, and I said, look, if we buy this, we could lease it out, and I can use it for my own stuff. Like we've taken it to Wichita, Tulsa, Little Rock, Nashville, Memphis. on tour, but when it's not on tour, so we bought it. We bought the bus. I own Willie Nelson's old tour bus, and it's in great shape. So when it's not on tour, what we do is we lease it out in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and people will take it down to the stockyards. They'll take it. Someone's taking it to the Lainey Wilson show. They can basically do whatever they want with it. They can do artists use it for photo shoots, video shoots. You can even host a podcast on it. It's like it's one of those super unique. It's history on wheels, because the cool thing about the bus was it was Willie's from 87 to 91 until the IRS took it. After that, Asleep at the Wheel put over 1 million miles on it. And from there, artists like Jack Ingram, Charlie Crockett, Billy Joe Shaver, Fleco Jimenez, so many Aaron Watson, and we have a wall on that bus where all these artists have signed the wall. So you know who's been there. Lucas, obviously his son has used it. And it's really cool. My wife thinks we're ridiculous for owning Willie Nelson's old tour bus.
It doesn't seem ridiculous to me.
That's what I said. But yeah, and if anyone wants to, anyone listening or whatever wants to lease it out, hit me up on Instagram. I'll answer that DM.
So it's the Willie Bus on Instagram. So the Willie Bus. I expect the numbers to shoot up after this podcast, but if you are interested, please make sure and reach out. I can put you in contact as well. But what a cool deal. So there may be this takes us to the next topic. I can't get through the night without promoting Stocktober, but October 15th, Evan's gonna be there. I heard that there could potentially be a I don't know, do we call that a duet? Some sort of duet in the works. So we're super fired up about that. I don't know if the Willie Bus is going to make it, but we will hear more about the Willie Bus. So
absolutely, yeah, and I'm looking forward to what's in the works for that night. That's going to be super special, a lot of fun.
Ton of the coolest kids around. Soul Gravy's going to be there. Our friend from Country versus Metal, Patrick, is going to be there, and 40 or 50 are your favorite artists. So if you're anywhere near the Stockyards on the 15th of October, come hang out with us. It's $10 to get in at the door. Love to see you there.
It'll be awesome. I'm really looking forward to that, because as an artist, you really don't get to do that very often and get to mingle with other artists and see, and there's going to be the Chixie Dicks playing, Mince Gill. It's just going to be a super unique event it's on my calendar. I can't wait.
Well, and I will tell you, Mince Gill has its own kind of fan base. I don't know, for a tribute band, which I typically am not a huge fan of, but I'll make an exception for my buddies at Mince Gill. They have a core group of folks that follow them around because they don't play all the time. It's a special event, and all those dudes playing bands that you know of, but you might not know them unless you're a hardcore fan of that band. But it's going to be fun.
Sure. It's going to be awesome. It'll be great.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that night as well, because there's been so many faces that I met on a telephone, but not in person. Just, I hate to put you on the spot like that, but on the spotlight about it, but because it's hard to remember all that roster. But did you notice anybody that maybe you haven't met that you're interested in meeting?
Oh man, there's so many on there. I'm looking forward to seeing Tim Lightyear. I'm looking forward, obviously, because I don't get to see him as much anymore. Okay. I like Evan Ogden. I like his music. I want to see. I haven't met him.
You've had.
I met Jared
Della Rose before. You've had to deal with those ladies. Jeez.
Yeah. They're the best. They're awesome. I love them. They are so talented, and I think everyone should know them. So if you haven't, check out Della Rose. Um, and I might be playing a song with them because I have a song out with them.
Gotcha.
You can check out called "Burn the Ships." Yeah, man. Yeah, you loaded up that
That's
whole
all right.
thing. Yeah.
Then the other thing that just to point out that you rented a bus to get out of the bar because you were being sober, and then it was the Willie Nelson bus. Just
Yeah.
as a casual observer on that story, I have to say that I love the you know,
I think the term's California sober.
whatever,
That's
you
right.
know. I'm not judging.
Yeah.
It was just funny from afar. So
Yeah.
We might have a unique discount code up on Cowboy Distortion soon if you're interested in potentially renting that out. Soul Gravy.
gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
And
well,
it can go. It doesn't have to stay in Dallas. It leases out to. It was just in Austin. It was just up in Memphis. So it gets around.
Yeah.
There's a reason it's on wheels.
I like that it gets around. I
does.
don't know. It's like I mean, and I understand why, but talking about the bus like it's its own person, its own
It is.
personality, and I
It
get it.
is.
I get it. I completely get it. But yeah.
All right. I think we're ready for a little rapid fire. See how this goes. Dinner with one historical figure, dead or alive.
Dinner with one historical figure, dead or alive.
I mean, hopefully you're alive.
Dave Grohl.
Yeah.
Dave Grohl.
Oh, Dave Grohl. We'll have to ask Patrick about his Dave Grohl story at Stocktober. He has he has one, so we need to hear that.
Okay.
I think you might have referred to this already, but in case the answer is different, what's an album or a CD that you've purchased more than once?
The Wallflowers, Bringing Down the Horse.
Okay.
Yeah, not to repeat myself, but that one, I have purchased it 3 times.
I think as a kid when that came out, I like the hit songs, but I didn't realize how good of like the writing and it was just popular songs at the time as a young teen. But then as you get older, like those songs that holds up tremendously.
It holds up, man. And even the great ones, some of them don't hold up. That you could release that album today and it would be on the Americana charts.
Americana, that's what I was going to say. It would be Americana, but it was still
100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it kind of makes sense that the songwriting was decent, right?
Well, it does, but that's not always the case today, and it definitely wasn't the case at that time on rock radio.
Yeah.
All
right, Evan, what's a song of yours that is you would consider to be the most underloved song?
Probably 2 Summers. It's kind of a love letter song I wrote to my town growing up there because it was one of those towns that you can't wait to get out of. And you look back as you get older, you're like, oh, I had a really good upbringing. It was a really good town to grow up in. And Tim has some awesome guitar parts on that one.
He does.
And for whatever reason, just doesn't get loved. But if you can, check it out.
Yeah. Well, we'll try to change that, folks. You have homework now. Those of you that are listening, go give that a spin. Get warmed up for Friday's release. First concert that you attended, and then the first concert that you paid for.
It's the same one.
Okay.
Better Than Ezra.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, I was like 13.
Nice.
Better Than Ezra. Oh, Better Than Ezra. But then, okay, so the correct answer is Better Than Ezra. But then, about a month later, my father got me tickets to the Rolling Stones.
Oh, dang.
So,
yeah,
I'm giving you the honest answer of Better Than Ezra.
Right.
Nothing wrong with them.
No.
They've got some hits.
Yep.
But then
it's a good answer.
It's
That was
very,
his fault.
Hey, there you
yeah,
go.
it's very
There you go.
good. Yes. Aha.
Nice.
Yep.
I
I
saw
follow.
better than Ezra. They played before the national championship football game between Oklahoma and LSU in New Orleans. It was the
Yeah, they're a New Orleans man.
year before Katrina, I think. But yeah, they were great. I mean, I had an absolute blast at that, and they're big LSU fans, so that was cool.
That's cool.
All right, bucket list venue. Can you give us one inside the state of Texas that you would like to play, and then one outside the state of Texas?
One inside the state of Texas that I would like to play is Green Hall.
Yeah,
I'm sure everyone says that.
yeah,
Um, and outside the state of Texas is Red Rocks.
yeah. Two great.
And I mean, I'm sure everyone says that, but I won't allow myself. I won't go to Red Rocks until I play it.
Yeah,
That's
fair.
my rule to myself now. I'm like, I'm not going until I play it.
So yeah,
And it's
Soul Gravy said the same thing.
great.
That's what it is, folks. You're not going to
Yeah.
see him
Yeah.
there until he plays.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some guy out there really, oh, great, cool. He'll never be there. Great, awesome.
Yes.
All right.
That would be correct on my behalf, but
Maybe mine too, but you know what? Maybe not. I mean,
you gotta, yeah.
so
All right.
that's the answer there.
Perfect. Two more, and then I'll hand you off for the really important question. First off, if you could put your music into any movie or TV show, what would you choose?
Oh, I would specifically choose The Devil in Me to go into one of the Yellowstone in
Yeah.
the Yellowstone universe.
Yep, that'd be cool.
It fits there very well.
It does. Missed opportunity, Yellowstone.
I know, but they're churning out more and more shows.
Yeah.
So hopefully,
We'll give them another chance.
hopefully that happens. Yeah, that's. And the thing is, every time someone hears The Devil in Me, they're like, "Oh, that should be on a movie or a TV." I'm like, "Yes, thank you. Do you have any connections? Can you do
Please
that
help.
for me?" Yeah, yeah.
We need
Yes,
some sync
I
dollars.
agree with you. Yeah, I need some sync dollars. Exactly.
Yeah, all right.
Exactly.
Last question I have for you. If you could pick one sponsor, who would you pick?
Well, it's called Willie's Reserve. It is a because I don't drink booze, but it is a THC infused tonic that it is delicious. It does the trick.
Nice.
And it's nice to sip something while everyone is having their drinks and stuff.
Sure.
So if you need a alcohol alternative, and I'm not sponsored or anything. I just enjoy the product.
Yep.
Not yet, but Willie's Reserve is top notch. Tastes awesome.
I mean, it feels like it would go hand in hand with the Willie bus.
You think, right?
Right? So we'll see.
I'm trying to corner the market.
Yeah. All right. Well done. Soul Gravy.
I have a note that I was making when you were talking earlier, and I just wanted to touch on it in a minute because you've mentioned it a few times about getting sober for the most part and not drinking at the gigs and all that kind of stuff. You've mentioned it, so it clearly means something to you or was an impact to you. Have you? And I know a lot of musicians go through this. This is another reason why I want to circle back to it. Have you had those talks with anybody else, kind of help to guide yourself along the way, or is it just something you just did as a family? I know we haven't mentioned Adam Hood yet. And you've had connection with Adam and things like that. So
Yeah.
I'm just curious who those conversations may have come up with along the way.
I haven't really. I knew that I needed to get sober. I was frankly just abusing alcohol, and in my business, in our line of business, it's very hard. I mean, you're around alcohol all the time. So I talked to Adam about that, and I was just freshly sober for 4 months, and I was still struggling. I was on a struggle bus. I was sweating. It wasn't good. But he was like, I'm like, how long have you been sober? It was like years. I'm like, God, it's so impressive. And he does it. He's addicted to Red Bull, but other than that, he's like, I look up to him so much. Another one, Mitchell Ferguson, he doesn't drink either. I think he just released a song, "Give Me a Beer" or something like that. Like, but he's proud. He's like, I don't drink. And you see it more and more in our industry of artists not drinking anymore, of at least getting California sober, staying away from the alcohol, which makes it easier. Even my band really, some of them drink, but nothing like, it's not like you don't get on the bus and party, you know? But yeah, it's a very important part of who I am at this point, the sober. Yeah.
Good deal. That's why I want to make sure we touched on that very serious thing before we go to the last question.
The really serious final question.
Yeah. Hey.
Exactly. Well, I mean, the California sober goes hand in hand with the next question. So, yeah. So, when you're California sober, and Evan, what would be your this started off as a joke on episode 1. Now there's a requirement. And when you're California sober, what Little Debbie snack are you going after?
Is it the Nutty Buddies or the Nutty Butters?
The Nutty Buddies. Yep.
Yeah, because I could like eat those like Homer Simpson. Just like, I could put down 6 or 7 pretty quickly.
Do you break the package apart before? You know what I mean? Do you snap the package apart, or do
I
you
unwrap the top, I crack them, and I slide one in. Eat it, slide the other one in. This way, hands are clean, right?
Yep.
I got you.
For the next one.
Well, you didn't ask us who our ideal sponsor would be, and Little Debbie, we're still here. So,
exactly.
Folks, thank you so much, Evan. Thank you so much for taking time to hang with us tonight. Y'all go check out the release that's coming out at 11 p.m. Central Time tomorrow night. Pre-save, follow, all that stuff. Go find the Willie Bus. It's on Instagram. Join us October 15th. You will actually get to shake hands with Evan and meet Evan, and Soul Gravy as well, which is pretty wild.
No autograph.
Yep, and not that evening, but thanks for being here, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Oh, I meant to, because I have some extras right now. If anyone wants to, if the next 3 people, if they want to just reach out to me on Instagram and say, hey, I want an album, I'll give them an album. I'll give them a vinyl.
How about that? Well, the
so
2
just
of us
reach out to
and
me.
Somebody else.
Yeah.
All good, man.
Reach out to me and just give me your address, and I'll have it sent off to you, and I'll sign it and all that good stuff.
You're the man. Appreciate it. Gifts for everybody.
All right. Gifts.
See ya.
See y'all. Right. Take care. Thanks for being here.
Later, guys. Thank you.